You hand your suitcase across the counter, a sticker gets wrapped around the handle, and it rolls away through a little rubber curtain. A few hours later, it slides onto a carousel 1,000 miles away, the right carousel, off the right plane, out of the tens of thousands of bags flying that day. So how does an airport actually pull that off? I am Alex, and this is Unseen Systems. Start with the scale because it is almost absurd. In 2024, airlines carried over 5 billion passengers and mishandled only about 6 bags in every 1,000, better than 99% arriving where they should. One note first, the numbers vary from airport to airport. This is mostly the global picture. The trick underneath stays the same. So follow one bag. It starts at the bag drop, where an agent or a machine prints a paper tag and loops it around the handle. That plain little strip is where all the intelligence lives, and it is worth a close look because the system is about to trust it completely for the next hour. Printed on that tag is a barcode carrying a 10-digit number, the bag's license plate. It is unique to your bag, and it is printed around all 4 sides, so a scanner can read it however the bag happens to be lying on the belt. And here is the first surprising part. That number does not encode your destination. It is just an identifier, a meaningless serial. The airport never tags the bag with where it is going. It tags it with who it is, and then looks the flight up in a database fresh every time a scanner sees it. Before it goes anywhere, every checked bag is screened for explosives, usually by a CT scanner right on the belt. Screening is a funnel. It clears most bags automatically in seconds, and only the few it flags climb higher, and last of all to a person, so the line never stops for everyone. Cleared, the bag drops into the sorting hall, the sortation system, a web of belts that will carry it to one exact spot for one exact flight. This is the machine people picture when they imagine an airport swallowing a suitcase. Let's step inside it. The far end of that hall is the makeup area, where bags are built into loads. For most flights that means a container, a ULD, and the rule is simple: one flight, its own container. Your bag has to land in that one and no other. When the container is full, a tug tows it across the tarmac and it is lifted into the belly of the aircraft. That is the whole trip in 4 words: drop, screen, sort, load. The real magic is that middle step, how the machine knew which flight was yours. So zoom into the sorter. As your bag arrives, it passes under an arch of fixed scanners aimed from every angle at once. One of them catches the barcode, reads the 10-digit number, and passes it on. The bag has just announced itself to the system. That number goes to a sort controller, a computer with one job. Given this bag right now, which flight is it on, and which chute leads to that flight's container, it looks it up and sends back a single answer: a chute number. Now watch how the bag actually gets there. It rides on one tray in a long loop circling past every chute, and the system always knows exactly where each tray is. When yours reaches your chute, the tray tilts and gravity slides the bag off. It never steers the bag, it waits for the right instant to tip. It is timing, not steering. The bag drops down the chute into the makeup lane for its flight, beside the others headed the same place. Multiply that by thousands of trays a minute, each tipping at its own moment, and one sorter can place several thousand bags an hour, nearly all in the right lane. But what if the tag is torn, folded, or soaked, and the scanner cannot read it? That is a no-read, and it hits 1% or 2% of bags. Nothing is ever guessed at. The bag is quietly shunted to a manual station. A worker keys the number in by hand, and it rejoins the sort further along. Step back and notice what that buys. The bag itself is dumb. It carries a number, not a plan. Every reader asks the same live question: where does this number go? And the answer lives in software, not on the tag. So if your gate changes or you get rebooked mid-trip, nobody hunts the bag down to relabel it. They change one row in a database, and the next scanner sends it somewhere new. The bag never knows it was redirected. That one idea, track the number, look up the rest, is why the industry now scans your bag at 4 separate points. A rule called Resolution 753. More scans, more chances to re-ask the question. It is also why airlines are trading barcodes for tiny radio tags, RFID, that read without being seen. Delta says the switch pushed its correct scan rate to about 99.9%. So the sorting is nearly perfect, which raises the obvious question. If the machine is this good, why does anyone ever lose a bag? To find out, follow the bags that are not starting or ending here, but only passing through. At a big hub, that is most of them, connecting bags, changing planes. A connecting bag has to do everything a checked bag does, only backwards and then forwards again. The inbound lands, and your bag is pulled from its container and dropped back onto the belt system, exactly like a fresh check-in, unloaded, reread, ready to be sorted a second time. But now it is racing a clock. The connection time you sweat in the terminal, the bag sweats underground, except it starts later, because it cannot move until the inbound is unloaded, and it may have to cross the whole airfield to a far gate. You only have to walk. The bag has to be found, read, sorted, driven, and loaded before the door shuts. And that is where bags actually get lost. Not in the sorting, which almost never fails, but in the gaps, the tight connection, the late inbound, the bag that misses its window by 2 minutes while you make yours. Transfers are the single biggest source of trouble, about 41% of all mishandled bags. The sorter rarely loses your suitcase, the schedule does. There is one last way it breaks, and it is the most humbling because the machine can be flawless and still drown. A sorter can only clear bags as fast as people load them at the far end. Let the loading fall behind, and the bags do not vanish. They pile up, the belts back up, and the whole system seizes. That is close to what happened at London Heathrow's Terminal 5 when it opened on the 27th of March, 2008. Its baggage system was one of the most advanced on Earth. But on the day, staff could not park or clear security to reach their posts, the proving trials had been cut short, and bags checked in faster than anyone could load them out.
The planned sequence and content of some of the proving trials changed significantly, either reduced in scope or cancelled altogether, because of the inability to access the whole of the T5 site.
When it settled, more than 23,000 bags had to be pulled off and sorted by hand. Around 500 flights were cancelled over the first 10 days, and it took about 3 weeks to return most bags to their owners. The machine had not failed. The people and the trials around it were not ready for it. And this is where the real surprise is hiding. The interesting thing about airport baggage is not that a machine can sort your bag to the right plane. It is that your bag never knows which plane that is, it wears a number, and the airport looks the answer up again at every reader, because a route you can rewrite in a database is one you can fix while the bag is already moving. So carry the whole picture as a single thought. A checked bag is a dumb object with a smart number printed once, read everywhere, looked up fresh each time, and handed plane to plane by trays that only know when to tilt. Almost nothing about it is ever lost in the sorting. It is lost, when it is lost at all, in the gaps between planes. So the honest answer is that an airport barely moves your luggage at all. It moves a number and lets your suitcase chase it. If you are ever early at the gate, find a window over the ramp and look for the little tractors towing trains of silver boxes across the tarmac, and picture the 10-digit number, not your name, that put every bag inside onto that one plane. This is unseen systems. Keep an eye on the numbers doing the quiet work, systems fans, until the next cut.